let me get to this next topic because we already here. Are men today built like the men of, in the past? Because, we always hear, men are not the same. How, like, obviously our fathers are built like our fathers and grandfathers.
They sassy.
What's your thoughts on that? No, you sound like you wanted to say something. Like, what happened?
Oh, no. I said they sassy.
Oh, they sassy?
You
got an example?
Explain the
You got an example?
Come back to me.
All right.
I was saying that one here.
They quick to say they sassy, but they never have no. That's just a trending word. I just want to say, like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, I feel like the way men talk, the way men walk, the way y'all breathe, the way y'all text, the way y'all take pictures, it's just very like.
Take pictures.
It's giving one of the girls sometimes.
It is.
But it depends on the man. It depends. And I feel like more so in my generation. I'm 22.
Motherfucker got to hold their breath. Like,
I'm 26.
Stop breathing. How you breathe sassy, though? Like,
it's just you do.
Is it?
You know it. You'll know it when you see it.
I just be saying. I think, so you said the men. So give me some examples of the things that men did back in the day compared to what men are not doing today.
I can't tell you about back in the day because I wasn't really alive back then. But I just know, I know seeing my dad being a hard worker. A lot of men don't work hard. Well, from where I'm from, they're really content on where they're at. And
where you from?
I'm from East Harlem.
Okay.
So a lot of boys, I like to call them boys because they're not men, because they don't have men responsibilities.
How old are you again?
Me? 22.
Yeah. 22.
You ain't key.
So
no, because that I wanted to make that point because it's interesting that you're able to make that assumption at such a young age. Like, now if you was in your 30s and then you had enough life experience to be like to compare men and being like, how many relationships you been in? 2 relationships, but yet you can speak so heavily on the majority of men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never even met a lot of the majority of men. You probably met less than 1% of all men, but you felt so confident on saying, you felt so confident saying men are sassy. So we just trying to get to the bottom of the sassiness.
Because,
you know what I'm saying?
like I said, my dad has friends and I see how they talk, and, he has a large variety of age and friends, and it's like some of them is really sassy. Like, men do gossip. Men are
so you said your father's friends?
No, not my father's friends, but in the neighborhood, it's just it's the like community. And even going to school, like, men are just, and it's okay to be sassy. If that's who you are, that's who you are. And some girls actually date sassy men, and it's like, okay, that's your choice.
All right, I just want to know. So, like, I know, like, the sassy man is what y'all don't want, right? But I want to hear.
Some girls want a man that's sassy.
Okay, but for y'all,
when we say sassy, I think we mean to say, he's very in tune with his femininity.
Okay.
In tune.
All right, so I want to know. Can I hear from you ladies to know what's your ideal man? What kind of man do you want, or what kind of man would it be defined? Yeah. Because I want to understand what man are you deeming sassy. I hear what y'all use an example, but I want to hear an example of what draws your attention. What makes you feel like you're safe with that man? What are you looking for?
How should he breathe?
Yeah, how should he breathe and walk?
I feel like you just know. It's not really like no recipe to it. You just know.
But you can't.
I sound like a cop
out.
You really just know.
If you waiting on that, that's like Eli always saying, women waiting for Sierra's prayer. Like, you gonna wait for this one magician.
You gotta know what you're looking for.
This mystic air that blows by you, like, oh shit, that's him. Like, that don't work. You gotta have an idea in your mind of what kind of man.
Women today would say Jesus was sassy. Like, I'm convinced. Like,
I don't think anybody would
say just a little bit. Like,
he drinking wine. That nigga sassy. He should have turned that into some vodka.
Exactly.
Damn, man. Jesus is sassy. That's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's not funny. Jesus was far from sassy.
Sorry, Jesus.
Jesus stood on what he said, and he was firm on his
belief.
He said? Anything he said. anything he said. He stood on it.
He did.
Like, don't do him like that.
He said it with his chest.
Shout out to Mr.
And
Crazy.
all y'all guys know how to do is lie. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm more of a realer nigga than niggas. Like,
That's the problem.
and that's fine. And that's why I'm
It's
single.
not
And I'm
fun.
That's not
okay with
fine,
that.
man.
Why?
You're gonna be single
Because
for a long time thinking like
that's
that.
fine. I
It's
don't need
not
to
fine.
worry.
You just
Hold
said,
on.
You said you wanted to be in a
Hold on.
relationship.
I don't need to be
22,
worried
she good.
about a relationship right now.
True.
I
But
need
you
to be
are.
worried about making sure that my life is good and stable. Let's start there.
Facts.
Okay.
I'm 22, so I'm not speaking for all women. Like I said, it all buckles
She
down
gotta
onto
bring
that
something to
one
the table, the
person.
benefit.
I can just tell you what I believe for me. But I know me, my relationship time will come when it comes. I'm not rushing for it.
But when that time comes, you can't be feeling like you're a realer nigga than a nigga. That's gonna stop you from getting in a healthy, a good relationship. That mentality, that mindset, is gonna be set back.
You don't
You're
think so?
saying no, and I'm telling you
Yeah,
yes.
listen.
Let me ask you a
I'm
question.
telling you no because at the end of the day, I know how to respect a man.
Not if
But
you're thinking you're a realer nigga than him.
Most of the niggas that I've met, I've been more real and been more upfront and honest with them than they have with me.
That's you.
That's you,
That's,
and
that
that's
ain't a
them.
real nigga. That's
Exactly.
you just being honest and upfront. Like,
And that's also nigga.
ain't no nigga out here is like, I'm a realer feminine. Like,
I'm a realer bitch than you.
I'm a realer bitch. Ain't no niggas. I don't understand why y'all. I don't understand
You know what
why
it is,
women.
man? Y'all like to take
That's the
things
sassy
too
niggas.
literal.
No, it's
Oh,
not
bro.
literal.
Yes.
As a man, I would never in my life fix
I
my
ain't gonna
lips to
comment.
ever say, yo, hold on, y'all. As a man, I would never in my life fix my lips to equate no feminine traits to myself. So the fact that women feel so comfortable saying I'm a more masculine nigga than them niggas, like that's.
But why has it buckled down to that? Because we don't feel protected by our men.
I don't. Me
Poor
personally,
selection.
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go find a woman that's in her feminine and who's gonna say I lead in my femininity. If you fixing your lips to say I'm on my DMX shit and where my dogs at, like get the fuck out of my life because I ain't dealing with you and I don't have to work. I don't have to
things build
care
you
about.
up. Some experiences really build you up to have to, especially listen.
I
it gets
don't
really
care
tricky.
because I could never come to you and say I am feminine because I had a single mother. I didn't have fathers. You would never
But
tolerate
you
that shit
wouldn't.
from
You
me.
wouldn't have to say it.
No,
A
time
woman
out.
would just know.
But you would never tolerate that from me, right?
One tolerate it.
You, I
Could I
don't
ever
know.
come up
if
to
we
you-
having a deep if you my man and we having a deep conversation and I ask you,
ready
babe,
to
why
use
you
this?
be acting like
You said if that's
this
your man,
sometimes.
but in order to be a man, he got to approach you with that feminine energy. You're not taking that. You're
Let
not taking
alone-
On
that.
the first date, you know what?
You really gonna be like, I'm the realest nigga
You're
you
gonna
know.
call. You're gonna call. You're gonna call him.
That's
You're
not
gonna.
true.
You're gonna call him
That's not
sassy,
true.
and you're gonna call him
Exactly.
sassy, and you're not gonna give him a chance. It's
that's
simple.
not true.
You
That's
dating
not
sassy
true.
niggas?
Look, she can't hold
Yes.
herself accountable.
You dating sassy niggas?
I've dated sassy niggas.
You just said
yeah.
some. She said
Come
some
on,
women
bro.
will date them. Like you
But
ain't say
I
I would.
did.
You ain't say
And
you
you
would
wanna
date them.
Make sure y'all
Some
rewind
women
that.
will.
And you
I
one of
have.
them? But will you
Will I?
in the future?
I don't know. It depends. It depends on
you
in
happy right now,
in
bro.
what aspects he's sassy, and it depends because there's so many aspects.
And I'm gonna tell you, a real quality man ain't gonna want a woman that's gonna be masculine, that's gonna be living in her nature of saying I'm a realer
realer
nigga.
nigga than niggas.
That's all I'm telling you. If you're not ready to date,
But
cool.
yeah,
While
I
you
don't
working on yourself,
understand.
cool.
I
But
really
when
don't
you are
understand.
ready to date and build and find a good man, those are one of the qualities he is staying
A
away
real
from.
nigga ain't looking for a real nigga. Like what the fuck? Like what don't you understand? Like it is simple.
And that's another point why men are
And then
single
you looking
because
for a
a
real
lot of
bitch
women
either.
are leading in their masculinity and men are just like, yo, I'd rather stay single if y'all gonna be men. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to date no man. Like,
Word. Come
so,
on, man. Yo, embracing femininity is powerful. I promise you, man. I promise you.
Can I answer the question?
Of
so
course.
the men today are nothing like the men back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we raised in two different generations. A lot of people from back in the days have two family households. A lot of people from nowadays have one family households. So there's a whole different value that has
One
changed.
parent household?
Yes.
Okay.
So one parent, but a lot of people back in the days before then had two
parents, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was rare for people to have one parent. They got sob story. Now a lot of people have single parent households.
Mm-hmm.
So people aren't being raised the same. They don't have both the man figure and the female figure to help show them, like, you know what I'm saying, single men being raised by single mothers or single men raising daughters, you know, and they be a real nigga. You know? Exactly. But still, besides that, like we they're not the same because we don't have chivalry. Chivalry is almost dead. Like I've only met
Almost, that should go.
Yeah.
That should dead.
I met somebody who could open the door, all of that, but he got too much time on his hands. Why you could call me all day? That means that you don't got no job to go to.
Did he take you out?
Yeah, he did. On his daddy's money.
How you know?
Because I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was still able to do it.
Yeah, but regardless.
And he's still opening them doors. Like,
I don't need daddy chivalry.
I mean,
I need yours.
yo,
I don't need that.
yo, a lot of women don't care where you getting it from, as long as you got it.
Listen, I appreciate somebody who go out and go get it themselves. So when I go out and I go pay these bills, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna go get it myself.
Shout out to you, man.
Right. I got benefits. I got my own house, got my own car, got this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I need someone to approach me with similar energy so that way I know that you used to taking care of what I'm used to taking care of. And that way, when I'm down, you know how to hold me up. Or when you down, I know how to hold you up. People in different tax brackets can't even understand the same thing because they view money differently.
I also, I don't think like most men in their 20s ain't really got no real money. You know, when I was in my 20s, I was making probably like $400, $500 every 2 weeks, if that, right?
So you can see the potential.
But okay,
potential.
I don't think women are giving young men chance to grow. They're already expecting them to be already developed. You got this. When my son is 21, I'm not really focused on him getting a job. I'm worrying about his mentality, him getting his education. And if he wanted to take a girl out, yes, I am going to throw him the cash.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I want you to understand, like, some men maybe ain't got it right now. But if their potential, like you said, he was chivalrous. He opened the door for you. He spoke to you a lot. Those are great qualities.
Nice.
We don't know how it would have turned out if you wouldn't have been worrying about what his dad did. His dad could have gave him the bread like, yo, she's a nice girl. You like her? Here you go, son. Boom.
No, that's
So
okay.
he in school. He in school again.
No, he's not even in school. I don't know what he's doing all day long. That's the problem.
You gotta ask that though.
What are you doing?
Did
all
you
day?
ask that?
No. I already know what he's doing. He done
So
been
how
on
you
5
make
other
it
dates
to
this
how
week.
did he get to the date?
He been on 5 other dates.
Yes, and one of them was with my best friend. I was like, go ahead, best friend, have a good time.
Okay.
I didn't fuck him. I don't care.
Okay.
Not mine.
All right.
Listen, man, I do agree to an extent. Obviously, men are not,
And
we're
then
not the
you fuck my best
same.
friend.
Men are not the same as they were obviously back like on our fathers or grandfathers' day. Times have changed, obviously. Back in our I always said back in our grandfather's day, women weren't allowed to work. You know what I mean? So of course the man had to provide everything, including going, paying, taking her out, courting her, things of that nature. Nowadays, women are able to work and they have their own money. The dynamics have changed. So obviously when we talk about, traditional, it still exists, but not everybody can afford traditional. You get what I'm saying? Most people in America, average salary is about $50K a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that man might not be able to provide for your family, the kids, the same way my grandfather could, working in the factory, you know what I mean? And he was able to afford like 5-6 families. Like, you get what I'm saying? So the inflation has, obviously changed. They say in New York now, 100K is equivalent to 36,000. Like, that's crazy. Like, what the fuck you going to, yeah, what the fuck you going to pay with 36? You could barely support yourself. Like, and that's a great paying job. 100K is a great paying job in today's standards. Like, you get what I'm saying? So again, obviously depends on where you live, but obviously men were going to war much more back then. Men were much more hands-on. You know what I mean? So there is, like you said, there's 2-family households. So you do have a father figure there to teach you certain aspects.
Two-parent households.
Well, I said it wrong?
Two-family.
Oh, 2-parent household. Yeah. So you have a father there to teach you much more traditional or things that are associated with masculinity. So, you have those, you
get the balance.
Yeah, you get that balance. Like, but again, some things nowadays, when we talk about the word toxic masculinity, it's often things that are traditionally, things that men have been known to do. Like, so again, if I say, you know what, I'm gonna pay the bills and I want my woman to stay home and cook and clean, some women will look at that as toxic masculinity. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because you feel like you're using a woman to be her slave. You get what I'm saying? So that's not how I'm looking at it. Like, I'm a very family oriented person. Like, that's how I want my household to work. If I want to be the leader of my household, some women will look at that as, like, we had a woman on a show. She said, "Oh, that's toxic because he wanted to be the leader of his household." Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm be like, "What the fuck?" Like, you get what I'm saying? So again, when men are trying to be masculine, we are getting pushback from some women who are claiming that type of masculinity is toxic, and this is the type of masculinity that's acceptable in our society, which tend to be much more feminine men. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, I do agree that men are not built the same as back in the day.
But I don't see why. I mean, the only different thing is how women have more power to do everything. You get what I'm saying? To not accept that from a man. Like, how are men really changing? We still want the same. We still have the same. Most men have the same traditional values, and most men know we still have to provide. Most men still know we have to protect. I don't really see how men are changing. we're only adjusted to what women want. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you saying the only way I could get respect from a woman is when she doesn't have a job, when she can't provide for herself, when she has to rely on a man, and that's why they want to be so vocal about being independent. And it just is. And I hate to blame it on women, but it looks that way because I don't really see a big change in men. We only change to what we get from women.
Yeah, I mean, I think women obviously have changed more than men in society because of the advent of feminism and them working and them getting more educated. So obviously the dynamics of a relationship have to adapt. You know what I mean? Like I said, back in the day, women wasn't allowed to work. So that wasn't even an option.
Changed.
Like, you know
Men didn't change.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're comparing the men from back in the day to the men today, what I'm saying?
It's life. It's not men change,
But
we both need money. We both need money to pay the bills. So now that I can't pay all the bills, I lose. I'm less of a man. You get what I'm saying? Like we're still the same guys.
I think he's saying that we adapting basically. Like I don't know. I think women are setting the pace.
Women have all the control.
Back in the day, they was home cooking. Men was going to work, providing. I mean, now they making their own money, and men gotta adapt to them making their own money, having the masculine energy, the attitudes, and all that shit. Like, so men are changing to adapt to that, to the new form of women. You know what I mean? So I think they setting the tone. That's why it's different. Because if they were still home cooking and cleaning, men would still be going to work, bringing home the check, paying the bills. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Both